So he went from being a convicted felon to being vice president of Applebee's. Then he decided to walk away from the corporate world for a new project in Colorado. Our Evan Krugel stopped by for a cup of coffee.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Opening a new business
I'm good.
requires a lot of energy.
That's true.
So it's a good thing Dan Klehm has access to a bunch of it.
Right now I'm drinking about 5 of these a day, which is probably a problem, and then a couple of Red Bulls.
Caffeine that's helping drive his latest business venture, a coffee shop with a nod to Dan's troubled past.
Left home very young for about 10 years, was in and out of incarceration in different places in California. And then really my first son, Damien, was born when I was in prison in Vacaville Penitentiary, and that was really the beginning of me turning my life around.
After serving time for gun possession and car theft,
Yeah, over here.
Dan was able to find success in corporate restaurants.
My background started after being in prison. I went to work for Applebee's restaurants, ended up being a vice president of operations for them. I went to work for Rock Bottom Brewery as brand vice president. I was CEO of Illegal Pete's, and I was CEO of Chiba Hut.
But Dan says the corporate lifestyle wasn't for him, so he quit it all to try something new.
This is a fantastic roast, though. Super smooth.
At Convict Coffee, employees share the profits.
Right on, Brandon. Thanks,
And
dude.
Dan is hoping he can help other former convicts open their own convict coffees.
And then they're motivated. They have skin in the game. They feel like they want to take care of the customer on a different level. And, you know, ultimately, to me, if I end up being very successful and doing well and my employees are struggling, I don't feel like that's a success.
Hoping to create change, one cup of coffee
Yeah, you're welcome.
at a time.
Right on.
Thanks.
Take care. Stay busy.
Now, the coffee shop also sells food and art created by people currently in prison and by people trying to make it after being released from prison. Dan is hoping to open 2 more shops. Again, those would be run by formerly incarcerated people in the next year. Kyle?
It's interesting to hear Dan's perspective when he says that if he is succeeding as the owner, right, the corporate side of it, but his employees are not succeeding, that's not a success in his eyes.
Yeah, and he left jobs where he was making a lot of money, working 35 hours a week with assistants, doing everything, to this lifestyle. And he says at the end of the day, he felt like he really needed that drive and to make the community a better place and to help those who have been in his position.
Evan Krugel, thank you.